looking at things that, like our sodium to potassium is kind of like, and this could be one study, you guys I imagine have seen a bunch in your research, but almost at a 16-to-1 sodium to potassium level, that we're just so overweighted on sodium because of, and I think we stress an importance on the intake of sodium, but it's so easily available in the fast food and processed foods that people are eating, and yet they're not getting that balance of potassium on the other side.
Absolutely. One of the big issues when it comes to that, exactly that ratio, is that it's mostly implied in our diet, the standard American diet, the SAD diet. It's highly processed food, high in sodium, sugar, and all this other stuff as well, right? So there's like, in mainstream media, there's this notion that sodium is bad for us, which a lot of sodium has negative effects, it increases blood pressure, right? But I think there's that plus more. What I mean by that is that, yes, sodium can be a negative thing, but relative to the amount of potassium that you're consuming as well. So when you have, like, studies have shown that when you increase your potassium level to match that of sodium, then this negative numbers of sodium, like these high numbers, are they don't increase that that blood pressure as much anymore. It actually, potassium has the opposite effect in that case. So balancing the potassium level, now it allows you to consume more sodium, which is also beneficial.
That's really interesting. And is that, like, what would you say, and this is just me being very curious, what would you say are main staples of high enough potassium-rich foods? Like people say, eat your banana for potassium, or your white potatoes, right? If you're consuming a lot of high amounts of sodium, is there even a dietary way to counteract that? Or have you seen or even heard of, and this is just me, obviously, curiosity, is there a way to counteract that, right, through diet? Or does it need to be in a supplementary kind of state, because there's such a high, so many people are probably eating a whey, right? 16-to-1 is crazy, 16 times the amount. Is there a way to counter that and to get like a clean ratio in an easier way, I guess, or a dietary way for people to focus on eating certain potassium-rich foods?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would always encourage the notion of diet first over supplements. Supplements is exactly that, what it is, what it sounds like. It's a supplement, so something that's supposed to help you out outside of the diet itself. So fixing your diet is the most important thing that we can do. There are issues with certain, like, minerals that we consume, or with a diet that has the particular minerals, right? For example, magnesium, right? We're highly deprived of magnesium as well. And a lot of the magnesium that we get it from, like, leafy green vegetables. Almonds, for example, have magnesium as well. Beans and stuff like that. The issue with that is they also have anti-nutrients, things that actually suppress the absorption of those minerals. So even though they might be high in magnesium or potassium, they could also help prevent the absorption of that. So you just, like, you just pee it out at the end of the day. So that becomes a problem. So being very careful with the food that we eat and the time that we eat it, and the combination of the different foods that we have as well plays a role. Bananas, for example, and potassium, they do have a substantial amount of potassium, which is great, but they also bring about a bunch of sugar. It spikes up your insulin level. Now you have all these other negative effects associated with it. A phenomenal alternative to banana would be something like an avocado. Has very low sugar levels and just as much potassium as a banana, if not more.
Oh, it's good to know.
That's interesting. Yeah.